Hello everybody. In this video, we will show you how to manage your finances as a barber or as a manager at a barbershop or hair salon. So what we see over here in the screen is the ticket section, how to get here, menu on the left, then tickets. Once you're here, you'll be able to see the following options, and then you will scroll down up until you see the button that says show earnings. As a manager, you have all of these options, which give you a lot of information. So that way, at the end of the day, you can close the cash register and make sure all the numbers are on point. As a barber, you'll be able to see how much money you generated today, for example, 370, how many clients you did in total, for example, 13. And then it will, as a manager, it will break it down for you how that money was generated. For example, $10 on Cash App, on card 155, and on cash 210. So let's say you're the manager. As a manager or owner, you have the ability to do the navigating ads, which is going to be your best friend. That allows you to switch from barber to barber to see how much money they generated and to be able to pay them at the end of the week and do the commission tracking and daily closing of the cash register on a daily basis. So let's click navigating ads, and then we can click, for example, the name of the salon or barbershop. And on the top, we'll be able to see statistics on how our week is performing so far. And on the bottom, we'll be able to see the earnings that we currently have for the day of today. So today we have generated 390 in total for the general as the business. It was 15 clients in total. On Cash App, $10, card 170, and cash 220. So let's count the cash. If we have 220 in the cash register, then everything's perfect. If we don't have 220 in the register, we can see on the tickets list list of each one of every single one of the tickets that we did for today. So that way we can see where we made a mistake and we can correct it. Also, for example, as a manager or owner, you're able to see what's the stylist commission and what's the business commission on a daily basis. So that way you guys can split the money on a daily basis and have everything ready. So that way at the end of the day or at the end of the week, you can pay out your stylist without any type of issue. Let's see, for example, over here on the top, if you click where it says summary, in this section over here, you'll be able to see what is the business commission after all of the different commission split that you might have in the business, how much money you generated, and then on the bottom, what's the net profit of the business. We automatically take into the consideration the expenses of the business if you have any expenses added into the system, so that way you can track what is your actually net profit that you're pocketing to your pockets. So let's say, for example, as a barber, as an owner or as a manager, you want to pay your barber. For example, you just click navigating as and then hit, for example, where it says Denzel Giraldo. And then here, let me remove these payments here so that way I can. So you click navigating as and then click, for example, Denzel Giraldo. And then here where it says summary, you'll be able to see all of the details of how has Denzel Giraldo's week been performing. So, for example, generated this period 1,700. After the commission, the stylist commission is 1,200. And if you want, as a manager or as the owner of the barbershop or salon, you can enable so that way your stylists get paid automatically with credit card transactions. So $306 were automatically paid to the stylist. So we have balance remaining $963. Once we already paid the stylist, we can just simply click make payment to stylist, and we can choose how did we pay them. For example, cash, Cash App, Zelle. We can hit other and say, for example, paid through check. And then when we hit submit, automatically we're signaling to the system that we have already paid the stylist, and its week will be resetted back to zero. Let's say the person did another ticket, for example. Let's start another ticket, for example, for $10 and hit submit. Once we hit show earnings one more time, you'll be able to see that automatically the system will consider the new ticket that they did if it's still on that same week, and it will automatically calculate the new balance for you, which now we owe Denzel Giraldo $7.50 because that's another ticket that he did after we executed a payment to him. And yeah, that's how to pay a stylist. Now, let's say, for example, you want to see as a stylist how much money you generated over the whole year, or as a business owner, you want to see how much money you net profited to your business. So you can simply just click over here where it says current period on the top and hit where it says last year, for example. And here, if we are on the statistics section, we'll be able to see, for example, a graph on how the business have performed so far. For example, you can see that in this section over here, August was our best performing month, and we can hover over the dates so that way we can see the earning per each one of the stylists, and we can track everything, how everything has been performing so far. And if we click where it says summary, we'll be able to see how much money has the overall business generated over the course of a year. And then at the bottom, we'll be able to see the net profit of the business. So that way you can know how much you're pocketing after the expenses of the business. And on the bottom, on the ticket manager, we'll be able to see detailed one by one each month of the year, how much money we generated, how many tickets we have created for those months of the year, and also if we click, we can see more details on how much money we generated through the different payment methods, for example, through Zelle, through card, through cash, and we can see the stylist commission and business commission for that specific month. This is pretty much it on how to manage your finances so far. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to Perceni Support. We have 24-hour support. See you over there. God bless you.